Hello everyone, and welcome back to Fatum Aeterna, Lord of the Dead, Fatum Aeterna, the fate of the Eternal, to forever act as the avatar of death, to cleanse the corrupted mortals. And we've done some cleansing. The mercenary barracks have been secured for the forces of undeath. And we approach the Catacombs. It's time to march forth to a land where artifacts are aplenty, and we're looking for a few very specific pieces to make some very interesting builds work together. Oh, I'm excited. Buried beneath the surface are the Catacombs, the dark secrets of the Order. Here they train mages so that they can conduct sinister and dangerous experiments. It was always meant to stay a secret, but recent Necromancer troubles have let knowledge of this place slip into the public. Making matters worse is that the mages were never expecting an attack from below, let alone that the attacker would be undead. The Grand Magister made his judgment. Instead of standing with the sorcerers, he sealed their tunnels and called back his paladins to the highest levels in order to prepare a defense. I promise I can talk. The spellcaster would fend for themselves in the face of Iratus, where they will either prevail or buy the Grand Magister some time to muster his veteran knights for a decisive battle against the forces of liberated evil. That's us. Now this floor is going to be a bit of a challenge for our build.
I will ascend to the world above. It's only a matter of time.
It is only a matter of time. And we're going to go ahead and do this first battle. Well, are we? I was going to say we'll do this first battle before deciding which path to take. But this first battle is exactly what I was just talking about. We have before us 2 living armors and a spell thief. Our Pokedex is nearly complete for this floor, so we can go ahead and take a quick peek at it. Spoilers. The living armor are troublesome for us in that they are immune to stress attacks. They have no sanity because, well, they're living armor. So our current approach is not really going to work against them. They also do have a sizable amount of armor, but that can be largely ignored. Which brings us to the problem. We deal stress damage. We focus on that the entire time. So to begin countering this, I have decided that it's time to bring back the Banshee. Maybe. Maybe not. About that decision, no, we do want the Banshee back. I love the Banshee so much, and I think there's plenty of potential for her in a number of group compositions that we haven't seen before. So, Banshee shall return from the void. Will return her legendary dust, that was hers in the first place, so she can have it back. I was debating, because there are actually two types of enemies that are immune to stress damage.
Useful if you can put up with their constant whining.
I was actually debating using one of our mechanical eyes to create a headhunter. I know I said we probably wouldn't use one because it is counterintuitive to my insane leaning into stress, but they are quite effective at what they do. And we can use them to farm for additional parts, which we're kind of running low on. Kind of. There is also someone that we have that would be quite interested in murdering things. A particularly lost soul whose way has been lost. So for the Banshee, we're going to pick up basically everything the same that we did last time, except there will be a little bit of difference.
Now, prove yourself worthy of my investment.
Instead of Chilling Wail, which gives plus 20 dread to all minions for the next action, we're going to go with Deafening Wail. This gives plus 14 attack and plus 14 dread. This will allow us to use the Banshee in a bit more of a versatile role. I like this ability a lot. I didn't pick it last time because I was leaning way too hard into dread, but this time it could be fun. I still think even though Absorb Wrath gives us attack, we're going to go ahead and Absorb Terror. I definitely want this no, not that no. They're both the same, just with different caps. How do you verbalize caps? And I do like Desolate Scream just in case.
My enemies are in for a nasty surprise.
Good old Gureth Naka is not with us. Now, just like last time, I think evasion is important. Very, very important. So much so that we're going to actually spend all of our points to max it out. Now, you might be wondering, is that insane? It might be. But there is a reason. I assure you. We'll spend 4 points to get to 95 vigor, and then we'll dump the rest of these. We'll upgrade attack once. Ah, the good old Murder Banshee. And then we'll put the rest of the points in Dread. This does spread her a little thin, a little more thin than last time, but Murder Banshee is an idea, and it might be useful. It might. As for the Banshee's name, unfortunately, or fortunately, in the Kalevala, Lauhi only had one alter ego. She didn't have 3. So, it's up for grabs, I guess. The question is, do we spend these next 2 points with either accuracy or luck? I do enjoy having an accuracy of at least 120, so I might do that. Let's see. If I spend one, I might as well spend both. Or we could just wait for another Dread upgrade, which seems fine to me. So with the Banshee in hand,
finally this item finds its way into my capable hands.
We will go back to the infused dagger to shatter the broken armor, to crush them beneath our magical might. And we have the Shackles of War still because things running away from us is unpleasant. This group composition, however, does still allow for killing things. Nurgleth being here would allow us to kill the Spell Thief pretty quick. I hate the Spell Thief. Oh, the Spell Thief drives me insane. Must be fine. I also had an idea for a shade. It is kind of abandoning our idea, I guess, of being so heavy in distress, but there's a shade build that I am very curious about. Yes, very curious about. So, we'll see if that shows up. We'll see. I am very... That was fancy. Although that was still like only 10 damage, so good job. I'm quite interested in killing things, so... We have enough Wrath already at our disposal to just immediately murderize them.
My kingdom comes!
Unlucky. How unlucky. So we have the Death Grasp here. We'll put the Death Grasp here. And then we'll Murder Banshee it up. I never did get to test a true Murder Banshee, so this is exciting. Both stunned, both immediate. I should have waited. That would have been the crank play, I think. It's fine. I'll just do it again. Hey, 69. This lasts for 4 turns, which is pretty impressive. All things considered. I'm going to drop the Spectral Fog. This will bring the Banshee to 100 evasion, which is pretty nice. And we will wait, I guess. Don't do that. I need Wrath. Hit me. Deep breaths. It's fine. See, we're just adjusting to the new floor and how bizarre it is. You don't give me Wrath either. You're gonna wait. Please hit me. Thank you. And I guess we'll do this. It's fine. Now we do this. Now we kill them. How much is this?
Crunchy.
Enough to do that. We might not even need to use it. We can conserve our mana, probably, by just slowly chipping away at him. That was kind of the goal here on this floor. We'll just murder everything in a good old-fashioned
This will be
murder fest.
your end.
Of course, Genganga would also be incredibly helpful here. Oh, I forgot. You have armor. It's like everyone's doing so much damage. Let's
Soon
just
this world will be mine.
give Asafraj a kill, shall we? I forgot. And I still didn't put everyone in the arena. I do think Chambleu could have an interesting time killing things, so something to keep in mind. So what we're looking for here. Ooh, let's spend these Digger Souls before I forget, because I will... Is this 200? No, it's 100. We can fill out the arena, if I can remember to use it. If we're going to be using magic to kill things, I should probably get the next level of the Iratus statue, huh? Probably a good idea. Because I have a lot I want to talk about. And not enough time. So little to do and so much time. Wait a minute. Reverse that.
Unholy masonry.
So this should now give us 24 mana after every combat. It's not a quest combat. Important stipulation there. So, what we're looking for here. The coffin will provide us with items for our minions, and there are a few that would be pretty nifty that are only found on the 4th and 5th floors. The ones that come to immediate mind are the Drop of Divinity and the Madman's Eye. We can make some good use of those, I think. So coffins, good. As far as chests for artifacts, we would like the Spirit Spear. So aiming for those, also good. Third, the Cultists. As I mentioned before, I have a fun little shade build idea that I definitely want to try and make work if I can, and Cultists are a part of that build. Additionally, our Banshee, yet unnamed, requires a slipper, a second slipper. She lost one of her shoes. So, to do that, we need to find a cultist. The question is, how do we go about doing that? These two cultists are kind of off on their own in their own little world. It would be nice to get two, because that is how many we require for our fun little shenanigans, and the sooner we get one, the safer the Banshee's gonna be. Which is important to note. We could go here and then deviate, even come back for that. Fountains, again, are kind of like, they're either great or they're terrible. This way, go this way. Chest. Or we could dip here. Chest, cultist. We can hit a lot of chests. The path I'm looking at doesn't involve a lot of coffins, however, which is disappointing. Because a Boiling Blood would be nifty as well. That would be a great item to find. So we wanted to hit maximum coffin. Here. Here. We can actually hit every coffin in this floor. Is that worth it? I remember reading something saying that's not. Because coffins can be quite random. Coffin, steel. Okay, I think I have decided that we're gonna go for this cultist to bring the safety. What is happening upstairs? To bring the safety of our yet unnamed Banshee to maximum levels. Hopefully. Ideally. I'm also looking for a few artifacts. One of them is the grappling hook. That is an amazing weapon. I love it so much. And the Robes of Potence would also be nifty, even though the spirit thing is currently growing our characters. Nurgleth has reached maximum growth, sitting at 120 vigor, not bad. Gurthnaka has also reached maximum growth, sitting at 105 vigor. Ossifrage still does only have one. I need to keep an eye open for opportunities. And our yet unnamed Banshee does not have any thus far. What is this upgrade? 2 attack, 2 dread, 10 evasion. Oh, is that just... Okay, yeah, that's just from the path that we took. That's fine. I understand. Completely. What items should I give her, though? Should I give her any items? I guess you can have a Bane Aura for now. We're looking for... Slipper. Here, I have a Bane Aura. Alright. As for this next fight, we have a Warden. Wait, aren't you immune to debuffs or something really freaking annoying? I think that's true. These things were incredibly irritating to deal with in our last playthrough, so I'm pretty much just going to stress him to oblivion. Sorceress. and a Spell Thief. This group composition did pretty well just burning, slowly killing the living armor, so maybe we don't even need the Infused Dagger for this fight. It is worth remembering
it embellishes my
that
undead features.
If the Warden is immune to debuffs, he can't be stunned. So it might not even be Banshee time. If it's not Banshee time, what time is it? Chambleu could have some fun, maybe? The Sorceress is here. And who better to deal with her than Chambleu? I think you need to go here, though, because we need to do Dis to trigger damage on the living armor. So if we focus down the living armor... What's our stance interruption? It's Ossifrage? Okay. I'm okay with this, I think. Even though Chambleu doesn't have any items. But what would I even give her? Do I give Chambleu a Satyrs hand? Oh, that sounds risky. We could also bring Genganga. That's a thing we could do. So instead of Chambleu, we have Genganga here. He actually wouldn't be that bad, I don't think. Again, no items. But there's not a whole lot going on here. You know what? We're going to do it. We're going to try it. For science. I do think these two might need to be switched for a second. For a hot minute. Un momento. Whatever. Also worth remembering, we do have Helion here if we require his assistance. The reason I would want Gareth Naka to be in the final slot is because of this Sorceress. Now, the Sorceress is a spellcaster. Shocker. But she does this. She also heals, which is a little unfortunate. So I think what we're going to do... I'm going to drop a Dispel. Maybe I should wait for the Dispel. These guys don't do any debuffs. Maybe we can eat it? Maybe we can eat it. We'll go ahead and... Fog. We'll see what we can do here. Might be able to just ignore it. That would be ideal, wouldn't it? Oh, it tickles. It hurts so much. Just kidding. Yeah, we can definitely eat it. I don't care. We're fine. Everything is fine. I don't think there's any debuffs as well. Like debuff, or buff removal, excuse me. So we could get some amok rolling.
These last few
I do think... I'm not quite sure how she interacts with stress, but she is like a vigor healer, so she might be a priority target if she can interact with stress. Well. She also might not be able to do anything. Hard to say. We heal Ossifrage up, get him a Kraken. That is a lot of stress damage. Wow. Oh, because of the Maboober. The rose. That's pretty cool. We could even like try an infectious lunacy.
Now that's gonna leave a mark.
Oof. Oof. You love to see it. Let's see if we can just immediately kill the Sorceress. Good dodge. See, that's what I want to see from Gareth Naka. I want to see the dodging. This should be fun. He's immune to debuffs though, so. Hello. I bring a curse. And then I'm going to kill you.
One more for the stockpile.
Hey, we did it. Panic. Nice. Good job. Good job. So if the Warden is immune to debuffs, you might be asking yourself, how do you plan on killing him? I'm glad you asked.
Your frail
You see,
bodies fail you.
We have a very powerful character on our side. A wonderful character. That just happens to be able to do this. But we'll hold a turn. We definitely want to apply a curse on... Well, we can't. We want to lower it a little bit, see if we can just, like... Hexball him. And then we can Plague Fall him. 'Tis the plan. Oh no. He's going to redirect. Whatever shall I do? Oh, the stance also reduces. Interesting. The damage reduction also applies to stress. Not bad. A good move.
Your frail bodies fail you.
Useless, of course. But a good move. Excellent move. Too bad it doesn't mean anything. See? Ah, swimmingly. That guy, as I mentioned, gave me a remarkable amount of trouble last time. I'm going to go ahead and wait. I need a few things here. This is not... whatever. I was thinking I need to get into position to... He doesn't actually have any resistance, so I guess it's not that important to move these people around. I need you to go backwards so that we can shoot him with Genganga. And I need you to move forward.
Strength through pain.
So you can do this. And that's not what I meant. There's a small interval when you move characters between them changing their abilities when you're clicking on them. But I won't. It's fine. And now the long, very long murder fest continues.
Give them no mercy.
So the last time I was here on this floor, I might as well tell a story while we slowly murder this thing. The last time I was here on this floor, things went remarkably smoothly. Like, it was no trouble at all. We just, well, to be fair, our build was completely up and running. So we were just kind of like instantly removing all of their blocks and wards. And then Anke was just instantly one-shotting things. It was quite smooth. And so far, things seem to be going well. You have 2 hit points left? Really? Really?
My will is a tide that will wash away your pathetic civilization.
So that brings me to my next point, which is something. Something, something, something. Dark side. Do I take up the luck potion? There's no way for me to get more evasion as much as I would love it. And we could actually begin for once in... Okay, fine.
My magic will shake the very foundations of this world.
I was warned that on the later floors, the amount of blocks and wards that we'll be confronted with are quite extraordinary, so Finger of Death might actually be useful. I mean, we know it's going to be useful. It's just, you know, might actually be something we want to consider picking up once. So we will head towards Finger of Death. We'll be responsible. Here's a new minion. Here's... Do I have to do double mummy now that there's a second mummy? I do have a second mummy name. Alright. There's that or the Headhunter. We have before us double living armor, a Warden, and a Sorceress. Interesting. Huh. So, of course, with double living armor, it makes me want to bring the Banshee. It makes me want to bring the Banshee. Alright. That's fine. Banshee! Doko mitai. That's when you can tell you've watched way too much anime. When that's just the first thing that pops out of your mouth. I feel like we're gonna need more brains soon. Also, Skeletor has received an unfortunate amount of use. But is not going to be horribly useful on this floor. Unfortunately, so we'll just go with the good, the old and the true. We'll swap these two around because I need to burn down this guy before we do anything. Okay. The Sorceress is going to be unfortunately far away from us, but I really don't care. Everything useful here? Oh, I need the dagger.
Ah, fetching.
Glad I checked. And I'll take
It
this.
embellishes my undead features.
Okay, that should be good. We have plenty of sets available to us. Like a luck set, a dread set, a magic farming set. So what are we missing? We're missing the evasion set. Where is it? Please. I just want the grappling hook. It's all I need in my life. Speaking of all I need in my life, this sorceress is probably going to be really far away from us. Okay. I'm just going to spam Plaguefall. Is that sufficient? It feels sufficient.
Death predestined.
Is Fate reduced my spell power? Maybe I should have held off on that. Yeah. Oh well.
Ooh, hope there will still be enough left to reanimate.
Nearly half of his stress was immediately eradicated, thanks to the power of Nergaleth. Our hyper carry. Our one and only. The ruler of the realms. All things for Grandfather Nurgle, etc., etc. When it comes to the Chaos Gods, I actually have... Ooh. Thank you for lining up so conveniently. I couldn't have planned this better if I tried. Although he's probably going to enter his stance and then move forward and ruin everything. Huh. Huh. Okay. Please die. That'd be great. Thanks! When it comes to the Chaos Gods, I actually have a... It's kind of paradoxical. A paradoxical affection for them. Because I really enjoy both Nurgle and Tzeentch, who are, in case you weren't aware, they are at odds with each other. All the time, really. Can you die? Maybe. I should probably heal with Ossifrash. Be responsible. But the reason is because Tzeentch, it's actually kind of funny. Most people treat Tzeentch as kind of a meme. Kind of sort of meme-y. And the reason is because his character is absolutely absurd, right? It's like the architect of fate who knows all things and orchestrates all sorts of bizarre conspiracies and stuff. But, I don't know, I just like that idea.
Embrace your new
and then Nurgle, who's like on the opposite end of the spectrum, wants permanent stagnation. So instead of... Probably move these two now.
Strength through pain.
Instead of wanting ever-shifting change, as the Architect of Fate Tzeentch does, Nurgle, I guess Nurgle too is both accurate, bestows his people with like immortality basically, but it's not like the good kind of immortality, where eternally young, eternally beautiful sort of thing. It's the your body is rotting and falling apart sort of immortality. So it's just funny that I like both. Wow. That just keeps... Oh, it's because the spells I'm casting. I definitely forgot about that. It's just funny to me that I like such contradicting characters. Maybe I like them because they're contradictory. Who knows? As much as I enjoy saying Blood for the Blood God and Skulls for the Skull Throne, Khorne's like my least favorite. I should probably get rid of these too. Okay. Should be responsible. And yes, I am going to stun him, even though he's by himself. I'm not even sure it brought on the Chaos God rant, but there you go. I had it. And that's another simple battle done in the books. Probably going to wait one turn to heal with Ossifrash. Also, I should probably calcinate and be responsible, but... Oh, about that healing. Changed my mind. Everyone else is way too low initiative.
Mine is the winning side.
I wonder if there's a build that's just like everyone has infinite initiative and they always go first. Interesting thoughts. The danger, of course, of that, there is a danger, by the way, is... Dread. Can't resist. The danger is that even if everyone... This happened to me in Mistover, actually. Ooh. enough rambling. I think I need this. I just want to check something, so I'm going to create a level 1 shade. Just because I want to see something.
Their shadows will be my eyes.
Okay, so we're definitely picking up the slipper here. But just in case, what is this? The shade restores 25% of its attacks as vigor, mana, and wrath. This is what I thought it was, and this is good. We'll be picking this up later. But we're taking the slipper for now. Because the Banshee needs the slipper to not die. Thanks, Banshee. The yet unnamed Banshee. Oh, this mummy can probably go. I was only using you for experimentation, so... Sorry, mummy. Bye-bye. What am I looking at? I feel like I fought this before. Quadruple Spell Thief. So, they steal mana and reduce my spell power, which I don't like. And they can immediately remove blocks and wards. They hit decently hard. How much accuracy do they have? Not much. Okay. This should be fine to deal with them. I feel this is more hilarious than it was threatening. I mean, I'm not scared at all. Here, I'll even do this. When was the last time I pressed Splinter? Oh yeah, it was the boss fight. Even though he did miss. They do have a sizable amount of evasion. Not a lot, but some. Oh no. You're going to steal my mana. Oh, I didn't change my weapon. Whatever. We'll just get rid of some of their evasion. I do feel like they almost killed something once with this spell. That feels correct. But, obviously nothing's going to die here, so... Perhaps I spoke too soon. Nah, Nurgoth wouldn't die to this.
Ah, your frail bodies fail you.
Just spread the curse, love. Good job, Garothnaka. Oi, I needed that. That is Panic. So do they just have a higher chance to hit Panic? Because they've always hit it. I think every spell thief we have fought so far has hit Panic. Oh, Betrayal. Okay. Okay, I see how it is. I do really like Curse build. It's a lot of fun. That did, like, no damage. My mana. I don't get it back after the fight, either. They're just gonna drain me dry. I do like the idea of a Spell Thief. One of my favorite skins from League of Legends was Spell Thief Lux. I say that, I haven't played in, like, 4 or 5 years. It's been a while.
Bowels just as it died.
My favorite skin was Arctic Annie, and my favorite play was Support Annie. I loved Annie's support. I was pretty good at it too, if I am allowed to say so. I don't know if it's still a thing. It might be. My mana. It's all gone. I have to
Another
calcinate now.
step towards my eternal kingdom.
I mean, in theory, I don't have to. We are replenishing a sizable amount of mana every turn. And there are ways to reclaim it. Such as the Dark Knight and the Shade. So I don't have to calcinate. Dread. Okay, this is the artifact we're looking for. Grappling Hook, Spirit Spear, Robes of Potence. Show me the money. We have the Amulet of the Dream Eater, decreases critical hit strength of enemies by 30%. The Standard of Darkness, if no minions were killed in battle, all minions that took part in the battle restore 20% vigor, and the Ring of the Cruel Leprechaun. Critical hits by minions and enemies deal 30% more damage. This, by the way, is very powerful, and an incredibly fast way to die.
More for me.
So, that's going to go straight into the void of my infinite experience. At level 51, we are kind of approaching... What do you call it? A threshold? A block? A wall? A barrier? Just going to keep listing synonyms. The point, we're reaching like the critical mass point where experience is becoming very expensive. It takes a lot to level up. So that's why I wanted to pick up the Finger of Death before we do anything else. And I'm going to avoid that, so we're going to go left. We have before us a Warden, Living Armor, Sorceress, and Spell Thief. This looks very familiar. Does this remind anyone of anything? Reminds me of something. And Infused Dagger is equipped. We have the Spirit thing still. Have you got any kills yet? Unnamed Banshee? No. Maybe we should spread the love here. Who can we bring besides... I want Nergaleth here still. So it'll be Girth Naka that gets the short end of the stick. There isn't really... I mean, I don't need the Banshee up front yet. I mean, I could just, like, turn 1, kill the Living Armor, and move on with our lives. That might be a good idea. Gengenga? Bringing him back. Gengenga! You're in the arena, right? Yeah. Maybe we bring out Shambler. The more I say her name, the more I think I'm trying to say Shambler. Like a shambling corpse. I don't dislike this. I don't like it. But I don't dislike it. I'm pretty sure that between Shambler and the Banshee, they can just, like, literally turn 1 the Living Armor. Which sounds appealing to me. Okay. We have 93 Digger Souls. What do we do with this? Nothing! Great. I could expand the mortuary. Do we even use the mortuary, though? No. We could try double mummy. I haven't really set that up yet, though. Would this be a time for double mummy? Maybe. Curious. The beauty of double mummy is that... I've talked about this a few times, but... Absorb curses, you have 1, so Mofdet has gone for Cursed Feast, so any removing of debuffs will restore 10 vigor to the mummy, and this mummy would go for Absorb Power to remove enemy buffs, and for each enemy buff removed, the mummy will gain 4 vigor. But they heal each other with this, so say for example Mofdet removes 2 debuffs from the group. Both mummies will heal for 20 vigor, which is pretty good. And the mummy themselves can be quite the killer. With, say, Clinging Wraps. Their attack doesn't scale remarkably, but it can still do quite a bit of damage. I'd have to find a way to remove the armor. A spider? Or Helion? Unfortunately, Helion would have to be in the 3rd slot. I just had an idea. Oh, this is an idea and a half, isn't it? Okay, sure. I've been asked about double mummy longer than I can remember. Shambler, I know you wanted your moment in the sun. But, bye-bye. Nergaleth, you've done me proud. So Mofdet needs to be here, right? No, here. Does that mean we want Girth Naka in slot 2? I think so. So you go here. Nergaleth can come in the arena. Keep being Nergaleth. So the second mummy name I had listed down... Where's my list? It's in here somewhere. I have so many papers in front of me. The second mummy name that I got a long time ago, but did write down because I'm smart, is Rafam. thanks to Luis. Now, Rafam, in case you weren't wondering, can I give him his title? I think I can. Rafam Archthief. Rafam is a character from the Warcraft universe. More specifically, I'm also going to give Eternity of Misfortune, I think.
Get back to battle.
And I love Vengeance Beam. They're going to have Absorb Power. A character from the Warcraft universe, specifically Hearthstone, who is an ethereal, so they have no physical form, but they're wrapped up like mummies because they have no physical form. So that is nifty. I want Impending Misery, methinks.
Serve me well, my
Rafam is also going to go for Agile Grasp. This is the different upgrade, the one that I usually take, which is a permanent minus 10 luck. Partially because it gives +2 attack, and partially because we only need 1 Savage Reps. And as for the damage, what's the difference here? 4 turns? Alright, we'll go for the stronger one. Who needs the 4-turn ones? Even though I probably won't be using this. So Rafam's purpose in life is to hit stuff. On that note, we'll give 1 point in accuracy. We will give some vigor. 2 seems good. And an attack. In fact, we're going to max out attack. And let's see. We definitely want to keep the initiative low. The reason why I like low initiative on mummies is because they'll go at the end of the turn. So all of the enemies will have applied their debuffs or buffs, and then the mummy can devour them. It's pretty nifty, actually. We could go for 1 more point in accuracy. That's a thing we can do. We don't really need evasion. I mean, evasion's nice, but the mummy can only get up to 20 evasion through this. Of course, because mummies aren't very evasive. They're decaying, decrepit corpses. Luck would be nifty, though. So get up to 30 luck. Archthief Rafam has joined the battle. Also, we do have Rafam. Your raps if you would. The Curse of Mummy bandages. There might not be that many curses happening here, but we do have some. I don't think I want to give you any other items, though. Mothbit, you're still here? Okay. We'll hold on to these points. This is going to be funny. You've seen... Oh, wait, no, I don't need you here. I need Helion. That's who I need. Right. That was what I was thinking about when I was laughing to myself like a maniac. Good catch, me. I guess dress and we'll grab some luck? Sure, why not? So Gurathnaka, please return to the arena. No, you know what? Gurathnaka's strong enough. We'll hold out. Which kind of incentivizes me to build this, huh? After this battle. We have too many people and not enough arena slots. Okay, finally, let's head on to this battle. We are fighting a Warden, Living Armor, Sorceress, and Spell Thief. This is going to be weird. We don't want the... Do we just take the Infused Dagger? Sure. Actually, we're just going to take it, yeah. That's fine. It'll give us the ability to just slam down on people whenever... Or on the Living Armor if we need it. So you might be wondering, how is this going to work? Well, by trolling people, that's how this is going to work. So my idea, that made me laugh hysterically, is the Living Armor is basically... That's the only downside here. Helion is in a remarkably dangerous position. In fact... So dangerous. I might swap positions here. Bring Moftet forward. Okay. We're going to be just basically trolling the entire time. So, good luck trying to keep track of all this. 5th Helion's Corrosive Cloud. The enemy will have 0 armor. That allows the mummies to continuously spam their attack to kill them. We also can drop down the spell, probably to finish them off, because by casting the spell, the Living Armor will gain additional attack. Even though I could just eat that with good old Rafam. So that's the theory. I don't have a debuff. Why you give me no debuff? I guess we'll just try and be a little responsible. focus down the sorceress if we can. I might... Is there any point in eating? No. Okay. So by continuously shuffling people in and out of these clouds, we do some stuff and things. How do I want to do this, though? Do I... Okay. We'll get rid of this with the crushing whatever. The teeth. The hail of teeth. But we have to be ready to pounce on it the moment we do. Did you debuff? Why no debuff? Why you no debuff me? I'm waiting for her to eat, or to do her
flesh
thing.
And their soul.
Thanks for that. I'm waiting for her to do the water thing again, so that Rafam can eat all of them. All of the buffs that we'll be applying. But she is not interested in doing so. Is 4 vigor enough? Well, we get 8. 12. Okay, that's fine. We're waiting for the long haul. Oh, did that not heal Moftet? Did that change? Let us make this a little worse if that's true. But still pretty good. Mostly because of the utility that it applies, right? We can also layer down curses upon curses to have both of them healing for a sizable amount of damage each turn. I'm very depressed that I'm not getting freaking curses on me. Or debuffs, excuse me. It's quite alarming, in fact. I also have no mana thanks to the Spell Thief, which is mildly irritating. I could pull him forward. Hey, you want to start throwing daggers at me? Get over here. It might be in our best interest to kill everyone else first. The lack of debuffs is kind of unfortunate. Hey, there's something we can... Oh. They're all going to use it, though. I'm not worried for Asafrash.
Decay, corruption, extinction.
Betrayal's pretty good. Could even try and kill him here. That was with a crit. And the hit. Ah. Get over here. Die, please. Oh, I pulled her too many times. I forgot the extent of my power. Oh, never mind. I remembered it perfectly. I mean, calculated. I don't remember what the living armor does if you pull it out of the first slot. And it tries to move, right? Is that what happens? Here. Become my pawn. Test for me. Lol. As if that's going to assist. Ah, it does that one. So I don't want it to be farther back. Fair. That's fair. Moftet.
Carve open their husks.
You are giving me some concern. Yes. Use spells against the Lich. I'm sure that will go swimmingly. They have no buffs for me to eat either.
This is my kind of entertainment.
Okay, never mind. Ah! I meant... Remember that waiting turn that I mentioned? That, like, brief wait between turns? That's what that was. I pressed A on my keyboard, but it wasn't ready. It's fine. No casualties. Nothing wrong. We're ready to slay. So with no armor... We actually want some movement to happen here. Because I want both mummies to be gripping. I can't do anything, can I? Unfortunate. I have no... Oh, I have just enough mana to move too. That's fine. I'm pretty sure...
Terror will overflow.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I can move around here, but I don't think I can. Ah, lovely. We did it! It was a little messy. A little sloppy. But it was done. We managed. So this is double mummy. I'm not sure why they didn't heal each other, or maybe they did and I just completely missed it. That's a possibility. Mine is 100% luck. So the potential here is pretty devastating. In fact, if we just use someone else in the first slot, who else can remove the dump here? Would she even survive like 10 seconds in the front slot? I don't think so. We have before us an elite living armor, a spell thief, a sorceress, and a sword mistress. Oh, a new foe has appeared. But she will have to wait for next time, because we are over 50 minutes. We have some new friends, some new strategies, and much more potential before us. Thanks, Fallen Damp here.
You know, the dead do surprisingly good construction work.
I knew you were here for something. We'll go ahead and pop one distill, such as this, and then throw Mafdet into the mortuary. Archthief Ratham, thank you for joining us. We do need a name for the Banshee. If there are no suggestions I like, I'll just come up with another one from the Kalevala. Keep the theme a-rolling, as it were. We have one... Actually, I have a lot of ideas. But as far as stress is concerned, we've kind of reached the zenith of what we can do. Like, obviously, we can bring in more examples of the Lost Soul, Skeletor. The Bride is here, but she's not really stress damage either. We have the Black Widow idea, which is out there in the void doing nothing. We haven't seen Nyarlathotep in a while. Would you even be useful against this? I don't know. We might just try and... Nurglith is dealing so much damage now that I might just convert him into like a super hyper carry. And we'll make a group that literally orients around the hyper carry that is Nurglith. There's also shade shenanigans that can be done. Lots of stuff can still be done. And we'll probably see it all as we march down the Catacombs to approach the fourth boss. And put her in her place too. Although I'm thinking, how am I going to avoid all the explosions? But that's a thought for another day. Thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Iratus has breached the Catacombs, and we continue our search for some very specific items in hope of creating lots and lots of shenanigans. Bye-bye.